Welcome back to Rubbin'minds. Now, for our entertainment segment, we're joined via Zoom by Nigeria's foremost comedian, actor, filmmaker, and you know him as Makun, AY. He's thrilled us, entertained us with movies, with comedy shows, and other things as well. We're joined by AY. Welcome to Rubbin'minds.
Good afternoon.
So, when you look at your journey, will you say it's nature? It's always been in you to pursue a career in entertainment, whether it's comedy or filmmaking, or will you say it's nurture, like being in a place like Warri? That's what everybody does. What was it for you to get into entertainment?
Oh, well, entertainment has always been a major part of the journey of my being. In the sense that was started off way back from being part of dramatic societies, being part of different entertainment units from growing up, and well, also working with the king of comedy when I gained inroads into the comedy industry, talking about Alibaba, being his personal assistant, further, gave me that exposure and inroad into doing what I'm doing today.
So it's a mix of both. Now, I want us to look at your early days, and I like how you've alluded to it in your first answer about the place of mentorship, the place of apprenticeship, working with an Alibaba who really is the king of comedy when you look at it in Nigeria. What was the defining moment that it went from, should I say, your Elisha to Elijah moment?
Whoa, the very big break for me started with stand-up comedy. So I was with Alibaba as his personal assistant. We were in Abuja for a gig. And before then, I used to find a way to open shows for him when he was running the comedy club. So we were at this Night of 1,000 Laugh event, this very big one. So backstage, someone said to him that, AY made some jokes at Fantasyland the night before, and somebody like AY should be on stage. And the minute that was said backstage, Alibaba said he was going to quickly have a conversation with Mr. Oppo Williams, the owner of Night of 1,000 Laughs, to have me come on board. But he didn't do that. He just used his veto power to superimpose my position on stage, and I was able to stay up an apathetic audience. It was awesome. It was winsome. It was way out of the world. And for me, that was the moment. I wasn't even built to perform, but I got paid afterwards. And from that day, I started getting gigs, to be a part of Night of 1,000 Laughs, until we got to a stage where we said, okay, it's not time to go and build your own church. And now we have members.
All right, so now let's look at the transition. Since you started, you spoke a lot about stand-up comedy, but now we're seeing a different kind of comedy with social media, skip makers who we're not seeing as many people say go to those shows. How have you been able to embrace this evolution of the comedy scene in Nigeria, and what do you see happening beyond the skit making era, the YouTubes, the social media?
I mean, social media, I would say, has become a blessing. Blessing in the sense that it has helped a lot of entertainers. I mean, the skit makers, like you mentioned now, they're making a lot of money from, the social media space, doing what they know how to do best. And in as much as I would say social media is a blessing, it's a combination of both, a blessing and a curse. So it all depends on the area that you want to narrow your interest into. For me, yes, the skit makers, this is something that we've been doing before a lot of them came on board. Some of us here started skit making in this part of the world. But right now, it is a pretty good direction to stick to, in the sense that, in a way, brands are beginning to associate more with the skit makers because of the kind of exposure, the kind of what's the word now? The engagement it brings to their brands. And people are naturally very quick to just get stimulated by action or acts that makes them laugh, that engages them, and that is where skit making is winning at this point in time. So for some of us who probably would have said, no, we're too old for this, we are finding our way back into doing the good work we started, and good enough, we still maintain the very huge followers or followership or people who still follow us and know that they can get engagement from brands like us, and it has been paying bills aside stand-up comedy, aside making movies.
And that transition into filmmaking, were there challenges that you faced? A lot of times when someone starts off one area of the entertainment space, there's a lot of fears that this person might not be right to transition. So an actor wants to move into music, and we've seen examples of where that transition hasn't gone so well. In your own evaluation, do you feel that you're more successful as a filmmaker or as a comedian?
I am more successful as an entertainer, so I operate in all the spaces. The transition per se, a lot of people still find it difficult to understand that, or what I believe that a lot of people don't know about the AY brand, is that AY didn't just wake up and said, okay, let me start making films. I am a trained theater artist. I graduated as a theater artist. I majored in directing. Everything that I'm doing today, happens to be what I studied in the university. So it's very easy. So my coming to Lagos, yes, I gained inroad into the entertainment space doing stand-up comedy. But my core calling is movie making. So I've always been an actor for the longest, but it's just that when you find yourself in a space that is being taken over by some people, they just believe that you are a newcomer. A lot of them, they've not even started acting when I started acting, even in this same industry, back in the days with Sebe Jiro and what have you.
Now, I want us to move to movie making, because your movies have broken the box office records. They've done well locally, and they've also done well internationally. And what do you think filmmakers need to do to continue to make their stories relevant to a global audience? And what has worked for you? What's that secret sauce that has worked for you as a filmmaker?
The secret is not far-fetched. Nigerians have gone above and beyond the age and time where you just come and give them anything and expect them to take anything. If you have to find yourself in the space, you have to tell our stories, and you have to make it as accurate as possible, in as much as some of the stories are designed, are fictional in a way that to make you laugh or to show some sort of occurrence. And you have to create a balance.
Okay.
And in creating that balance, you have to make sure that the production value.
Sorry, I just wanted us to quickly look at the trailer of your latest movie. So if you could just hold on to that thought. We have that. We have that cued, but we'd like you to just give us a snippet, just a preview before we play the trailer. So just tell us what to expect.
Well, The Waiter is a film that a lot of people are already waiting for, that I'm fully aware of. The space in December is looking like a pretty good tough one bet.
So the Waiter, we have people waiting. I love the play of words. I don't know if that was intentional, but I guess the comedic side, the entertaining side coming out. And just looking at the visuals, we're seeing action. We know that Nigerians love those fight scenes. We love those action set pieces. And also, are we also expecting love, betrayal, romance, drama? Can you give us more of a hint of what to expect?
The Waiter is an all-encompassing story full-blown package, it would definitely blow your mind. As a matter of fact, if I say I've done close to about 9 films, if I say that I've been working as a filmmaker, I will call all of that put together rehearsals compared to what is coming out come December 20th in cinemas nationwide. The waiter is packaged with action, is packaged with sensitivity to give you that awesome freshness and satisfaction.
And how did you go about casting? I'm seeing some notable faces. Are we expecting to see maybe some new talent coming out, collaborations? Can you speak to that?
Oh, yes. I mean, as a trained theater artist, it's always very easy because I developed the story myself. I got a pretty good writer to do the polishing, one of the best in this part of the world, Kende Joseph, who did justice to all of that. But in casting, I had to sit down with my team, and we even had to audition a lot of people, and then we also had to get some already existing professionals in the industry to create that balance and give the story the needed fetches that we expect it to get. So in casting, I mean, in a film where you have the likes of Richard Beaufair,
so you have your crowd favorites and also have some new
Shafi
faces.
Bello, you have Rama Saddam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now
we have some new faces as well, so it's balanced.
Okay. Well, sadly out of time, but we wish you all the best with your feature coming out in the cinemas, and we expect it, of course, to break the box office records. Thank you, Makun AY, for being our guest on Rubbin'minds.
Thank you very much. God bless you real good.